Hi viewers, so today we will be discussing our first practice session in AutoCAD 2D drawing, and for that let us consider this drawing. So here we can see different 2D drawings like an ellipse of dimension 160 by 100. Similarly, an octagon of the total length between the vertex is 50. Similarly, a triangle with an inscribed circle of diameter 20. Here we can see that no information is given except that this arc follows the trend of this ellipse. So we can say that this ellipse has been offsetted by a distance of 10. Here we can see the fillet radius 3 and the fillet radius 5. If no fillet radius is given, that means R5 is applied over here and R3 has been applied over here. We can also see a pentagon with an edge length of 15. So we'll draw a pentagon of each side with length of 15 and then place that pentagon over here at a distance of 60 from the center, and this center of this horizontal line of the pentagon at a distance of 10 units from this center line. We can also see that this line is parallel to this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. So that means this pentagon is offsetted by a distance of 10 units, and this octagon is also offsetted by a distance of 10 units. Now we will try to draw this object in AutoCAD 2007. So let us start drawing an ellipse, then this circle, triangle, and then this octagon at specified distances, and then drawing this pentagon, and then offsetting this ellipse, pentagon and octagon, ellipse towards inside, pentagon and octagon outside, and then we'll perform some trimming operations, explode options, and fillet command. So let us go to AutoCAD drawing file. Here let us draw an ellipse. So click on this ellipse icon, click anywhere, and then write 160, enter in the x direction. Now in the y-axis just write 50, enter. So now an ellipse of dimensions 160 by 100 has been drawn. Now let us draw the center lines. So click on line, click on quadrant, click on the other quadrant, enter, get out of the command, enter again, back into the same command. Click on the quadrant, click on quadrant, press enter. Now we will try to draw this circle first of diameter 20, which is at a distance of 45 units from this center point. Now we can see that this center distance is 45. So from this quadrant this distance will be 35 because the total is 160, half of that is 80, and from half to this point is 45, so from quadrant it will be 35. So we will click on the circle icon, bring the cursor over this quadrant, track in the negative direction and write minus 35, enter. So it has taken that center point, right? Now the diameter is 20, so write D, enter, 20, enter. The next thing we are going to do is to draw the triangle. So click on polygon, number of sides should be 3, enter, specify center. So click on the center of this circle, this is the center, click on circumscribed now, and now we will just click over here. So this triangle has been formed. Now we will draw a line from this center in the upward direction of length 25, enter, and press enter to get out of the command. Why we did that? So we can see here an octagon should be formed now, which has vertex to vertex length of 50 units, right? So half of that will be 25. So because of that we have drawn a line of 25 length. We will delete this line afterwards. So now click on polygon. Now we want to draw an octagon. For that the number of sides should be 8, enter. Click on this center point, click on inscribe now because the distance given is vertex to vertex. So click on the end point of this line, and that octagon has been formed. Click on the line and remove that by pressing delete. The next thing we are going to do is to draw this pentagon, and it has this side length of 15, so each side is of 15 length. For that, click on this polygon. Now we don't have to click anywhere, we have to enter the number of sides. For pentagon, the number of sides, they are 5, so press 5 and then enter. Now we would want to draw this pentagon by edge method, so there is an edge option over here, so write E, enter, click anywhere, move the cursor in the X direction and write 15, enter, because in the diagram this 15 length has been mentioned. So now we have to move this. For that, let us draw a reference line. So click on line, bring the cursor at the quadrant, track in the negative direction and write -20, enter, and then this length should be 10. So in the negative y direction, write 10, enter, and press enter to get out of the command. Now we have to place this center point of this line, this horizontal side of the polygon, we have to place that point over this line. So click on this pentagon, write M, then press enter, select this midpoint as the base point and then move the cursor, bring it over this end point of the line which we have drawn recently, click, and that object has been placed correctly. Click on this vertical line and press delete. Now the next thing we want to do is use of offset command. So click on offset icon, let the distance be 10 because it is given in the diagram, so 10. Click on ellipse, click inside. Click on octagon, click outside. Click on pentagon, click outside. Press escape to get out of the command. Now write TR, enter, enter. Click over here, click over here, click over here and here as well. Click here and here, and now click over here and here as well. Press escape, remove the extra objects like this part, this part, this part and this part. Press delete. So the extra objects have been deleted. Now use fillet command because we have to perform filleting of radius 5, 5, 3 and 3. But we will see that fillet cannot be performed. Like if we click on this fillet icon, radius should be 5, so R, enter, 5, enter. Click here and click here. We can see that fillet cannot be performed. Why? Because this object is part of a polyline and this is an arc. So we have to convert this polyline into single lines by the use of explode command. So click on this polyline, click on this polyline and click on explode icon. Now we can see that the polyline has been converted into separate entities. Now use fillet command. So click on fillet icon, click on this line, click on this line. We can see fillet can be performed now. Press enter again, click on this line, click on this line. Press enter again, but this time the radius should be 3. So R, enter, 3, enter. Click on this line, click on this line. Press enter again, click on this line and this line. So now the drawing is complete. We can see that this center line has been extended a little bit and the other one as well. We can also see that here this octagon and pentagon, they are made up of hidden lines, and this circle and the x and y axis lines, they are made up of center lines. So we will perform these changes. So now select this horizontal line and then extend it. Click on this line as well, click on the end point and extend. Click on the other end and then extend again. Now we will add layers. For that the command is LA, enter. Click on new layer, rename the layer by center lines, load the center line, click on center, click on OK, click on center again, click on OK. Select this line weight, click on new layer, rename it, hidden lines, load hidden lines, click on hidden, click on OK, click on hidden again, click on OK. The line weight is OK for this one. Click on OK. Now we have to transfer these objects to their respective layers. So this circle, horizontal line and vertical line, they are part of center line. So click on center line, click on this pentagon and then octagon and move them to hidden lines. Press escape. Now if you can zoom, you can view that these line types have been changed. So here the circle is made up of center line and the octagon is made of hidden lines. Now in order to increase the scale of this line type, we have to write LT as enter, and now let us give it the value of 5 enter. So now we can see a little bit gaps with naked eye. Press enter again, let the scale be 10 now, 10 enter, and we can clearly see the scale now. Now all we have to do is to perform dimensioning. For that, let us go to dimensions, click on linear, click on this endpoint, click on this endpoint, move the cursor away and click. Yes, the sides are of 15 length. Again press enter, click here, trace this point in the x direction, find perpendicular, click, then click away. Press enter again. This time from here to the center point of the circle, track it. We got the perpendicular intersection, click, click again. We can see it will be 45. Press enter again, click on this endpoint, click, click again. This distance should be 60. Now press enter, track this vertex of the octagon, click, trace the other vertex of the octagon again, click, move the cursor away, click, press enter, trace this quadrant of the ellipse, click, trace the other quadrant of the ellipse as well, click, click again, press enter, trace the third quadrant in the x direction, click, trace this quadrant as well, and then click, click again. We can see that this will be 100 value. Now because the dimensions, they are still there but we can't see them clearly, we have to change the dimension style. So click on dimensions, click on dimension style. This window opens up, which is dimension style manager. Click on modify. Now click on lines. Everything looks okay. Let the offset be a little bit higher. Let it be 1. Click on symbol and arrows. Let the arrow size be increased to 2. Click on text. Let the text size should be 4. Click on primary units. Because we can't see in the last diagram anything in the points, so let us select the precision to be 0. Click on OK. Click on close. Now we can see that these values, they are observable. We can also create another layer for dimensions. So for that we have to write LA, enter, click on new layer, rename the layer by dimensions or dimension lines. Let the line weight be 0.09. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now select these dimensions and then from layer menu click on dimension lines. Press escape. And now we can see that these dimensions are clearly visible. So let's move this 10 value and let's move this 15 value a little bit below so it can be visible to us. Press escape. Now go to dimensions, click on aligned, click on this ellipse and click on the perpendicular and click again. Press enter again, click anywhere on this line, click on the perpendicular point. So this is perpendicular point, click and click again. Press enter again, click anywhere on this line, click on the perpendicular, click again. Because they are already taking the formatting of 0 layer, we have to transfer these objects again to dimension lines. Press escape and now select dimension lines by activating it and then click on dimensions, click on radius, click on this arc, click outside. Press enter again, click on this arc, click outside. Similarly, go to dimensions, click on diameter, click on this circle and then bring the cursor outside and click again. Now let's see if anything is missing. So now we can see that everything is okay and let's visualize them in the layout. Now everything looks fine, but here we can see that the hidden lines and center lines can't be seen. So for that we have to decrease the LTS or scaling. So write LTS, enter, let the value be 0.1, enter. Now the scaling is quite small, let's increase the scale. So press enter again, let it be 1, enter. And now we can observe the hidden and center lines clearly. We can also see that the arrow size is a little bit smaller. So let us increase that. Go to dimensions, click on dimension style, click on modify, click on symbol and arrows, let the size be 2.5, click on OK, click on close. So now we can see that the arrow sizes, they are visible as well. There is just one thing missing and that is the gap is quite smaller. So we have to increase this gap, and so for that we have to go to dimension styles. So click on dimension, click on dimension styles, click on modify, click on text, and the gap is over here, offset from dim line. So let's increase it to 1, click on OK, click on close, and now we can see the gap between the text and the dim line. So this was our first practice session, and if you still have any questions regarding anything that I drawn here, so you can always let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.